All right, we're live. Hello, everybody on the chat. And there's probably I just see Maple Tree. So, hi, Maple Tree. Hi, Maree. And hi, Jazzy. How are you
Hi,
all doing?
Elisa. Yeah, good, good. Hi, Maple Tree. We're a little bit just late getting started today, so I'm sure people will jump on, but it's all good. So yeah, we're doing good over here. Beautiful weather, just stunning. The energy. I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but the energy is so vibrant, and I'm not sure if other people have been noticing this or not, but
Hmm.
huge frequencies. It's been amazing. So yeah. What about you, Miss Elisa? What's going on?
Well, nights have been kind of weird. I have not been sleeping very well at all. Have you had the same issue? Really?
Absolutely, it's been bizarre, and my dreams, and it's so for me. I've really noticed with my dreams, they're very real, and it's bringing up stuff from the subconscious for me to deal with, and then something might play out the next day, and I go, oh, that's what it's showing me, and how am I still judging myself subconsciously without even knowing it? So for me, there's a very big, deep cleansing going on. um, the frequency that's coming through is massive, and it's helping us to actually shift this stuff. So guys, if you're finding the same thing in your life, if you're actually finding that you're having playouts and you're going, why is this bringing up some emotion in me? It's brilliant, because it's actually helping us to really tap in to subconscious issues or blocks or something we're clearing. It's often, I'm finding, not even clearing it for us personally, just it's global consciousness. I mean, some of the people I've been working with, yeah, it's huge, and it's global consciousness. So we're doing a really big job when we think it might be just our stuff. So
Mm.
don't get overwhelmed with things is probably, maybe what I sort of suggest is, yeah, we've often got bigger jobs than we know.
Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. And it's I want to make sure that people are protecting when they go to bed because
Mm.
I heard a story about this person I just met that he was in a dream and the there was this woman that was inviting him into like a castle where he could see a man inside the castle, and this woman was and like trying to get him to go into the castle. So when he kind of starts walking towards the castle, he doesn't realize that she attached to him and she's sucking, like he
Yep.
could see the white energy coming out of his chest, and she's
Yep.
going like on his chest. She's just like pulling the
Hmm.
energy out of him.
Yep.
So, um, guys, your energy is important, and you have to guard it. So, I'm going to suggest that you make sure that you are protecting yourself at night when you go to bed to make sure that
Hmm.
things like that don't happen, because those are not dreams. It's actually things that are happening.
It's energy, definitely energy attack. And I might have mentioned it. It was probably about 2 years ago. I had this absolutely vivid dream where I was with my friend. She's very spiritual as well. And I was saying to her, oh my God, the energy, I can feel this energy, just, it's amazing. And I was just watching this energy within me. The next minute, this lady walked into my dream and she said, oh, let me feel that. And she clamped her hand on my arm and was sucking the energy. And I was like, I was frozen. And I remember going, no, you can't do this. And so I managed somehow to get my foot up and to smash her. And someone in the background said, don't kick the prime minister. And it was the male female one from New Zealand. And I
Oh,
knew. And then my friend the next morning, I rang her and I went, oh my God, I had the weirdest dream. And she said, well, it's really weird. And I told her about it. She said, I woke up and the first thing that popped up on my screen, my feed, was thieves don't break into empty houses. So the higher our vibration, the more energy we actually have within us, that's when things will come through and try and take it. They know. And so I always just do my little mantra before I go to sleep, like you know, I, I always invite in my angels and God, and then I know I'm okay. So yeah, it does happen. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, um, just if you don't know how to protect, the way that I tell people to protect is to bring in the in Merkaba. So bring in that Merkaba, put yourself inside a Merkaba, and look it up. If you look up Merkaba, you'll see one where they show a person standing inside the Merkaba. That's what I do. It's the light of the creator, but in a Merkaba style. Like
Yes. Well,
um,
and the Merkaba is actually our own travel device, so it's the perfect protection as well. So
mhm.
whatever resonates for people
Yes,
is brilliant.
yes.
So that's a great one, Elisa.
Yeah, so
Um,
that's one of many, many,
yeah,
many that are out there. But in case somebody asks, like, well, how do you protect? Well, that's how I do it.
yes,
So, yeah. And now I have also a dragon right next to me that asked me to buy him. So I also have the dragon there as well.
yeah,
So, yeah, so that's what's going on with that. Um, so be very, very careful with
yeah.
your energy. So,
And Elisa's so right. That dragon energy, it's actually within us, and it's our most powerful guardian. So even when I'm driving, if I feel someone's coming up too close behind me or there's something going on energetically, I just bring up my dragon, and within seconds the car's dropped back, things have cleared. So we can actually also really connect into our own inner dragon and bring that energy up. You don't have to send it anywhere, you just let it be in your space and miracles happen. So that one's a good one to actually play with and notice what happens.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So
So that's that. So moving on to other things, I don't have a whole lot to ask about today. So we're going to be dependent on you guys to put your questions here. And I see that Maple Tree has a great question. I'm not sure that the cards can answer, but maybe we can
mm.
see what Maree thinks. Where do people go when you sleep?
Okay, so well, what do you think of this, Elisa? Do you have any thoughts on this?
I've never really thought about it. I mean, I think it's another dimension,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that's really the most I've really thought about it. I haven't really.
yeah. No, and it's true. It's like, and it depends on what's going on for us as well. Like for me, I know I leave my body. I've actually done astral traveling in my sleep completely and could feel the clouds, feel the rain, feel everything, and know I was actually completely out of my body traveling. And so many dreams, we're doing different things within different timelines. I also feel that sometimes I'm in my light body. So exactly what Elisa was talking about with the Merkaba, I'm traveling. I'm often learning or helping or doing whatever it is, because I can sometimes wake up and feel like I've been hit by a bus because we're doing so much energetic work within our sleep time. So it depends on who we are and what our role is. But I feel you're right. It is definitely interdimensional. Into other realms. I know I've completely left my body because I've had to get back into it when I'm sort of waking up. But it's different for everyone. So, and sometimes they're simply dreams for us where we're going deep inside and, like I said, into our subconscious. I mean, yeah, dreams are, if we can actually write them down, remember them, we can really work through them, and it can really help us to become more aware of who we are and what's going on. I mean, I've
Mhm.
had my animals come into my dreams as well, because they definitely are on that other dimension most of the time. And like, for example, I actually, funnily with animals, oh my God, we just don't give them enough credit, I don't think. So
Mm-mm.
my beautiful Clive that's sitting here next to me, when I've got a friend over and we're doing cards, he'll come in from outside, he'll feel it, come in, and he'll start sitting on the cards, and I'll go, oh, he wants to pull a card. So I'll spread them out for him. And I think the last few weeks it's been twice we've done this. So the first set of cards, he puts his paw on it, and it's like that's the only one he's got his paw on. The first one was this card. Now it's the only card in the whole pack that's got a black cat in it, and we were sitting on a red couch when he was doing it. That's the first card he picked. The other one the other day he picked, and he actually bit it as well. So he wanted that card particularly, was this one. Again, the only card in the whole pack that's got a cat in it. And it was just instant. There was no thinking about it. So he's in that realm. He knows exactly what's there, exactly what he's trying to express about himself. This is me. This is me. You know, it was just beautiful. We were just cracking up laughing. So these beautiful animals are so in another realm. And I feel when we go to sleep that we also can, we're in that sort of realm as well, that real
Yeah,
consciousness.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
And what's coming to me is that I'd like to ask Jazzy
Yeah.
to see what his take is on that, on what is the dream realm.
Okay. Oh. The first things he said to me was the dream realm is our reality. So
Oh,
that,
well, yeah,
but that's who we
yeah.
more truly are. We are that beautiful, traveling, free, powerful entity, deity, personality, whatever it is. And yeah. So that's what he's showing me, is that freedom of actually being able to explore, go to other planets, go through wormholes, do whatever it is that we choose to do. So, and he's also saying to me, the more conscious we are before we go to sleep of maybe what we want to experience, then the more we will actually get to experience that. So it's true. If we have an intention, I'll do this. Okay, I really want to understand more about our world here and how it works within this matrix, and weird things will come through. And then over the next few days in my waking reality, I will actually have information come through from places where you don't expect it about it. So yeah, he's saying have an intention as well if you want to really get some information or experience something differently. Very
Oh,
powerful. So that's
okay.
really, yeah. He's crystalline, crystal beings, all of that. They can live within that realm and then come through into the physical as well. But that's majorly where
Oh,
they live. Yeah, so it's pretty, but it's getting. I feel we're getting more and more able to connect into that realm in every moment. So yeah, we
mm-hmm.
did a we did a beautiful greeting. It was so powerful on Friday, Good Friday. The frequency was so high, my heart was palpating and my ears were ringing so loud when we started to bring this frequency through. And it was such heart healing. There was so much heart healing people are doing at the moment. So guys, don't be surprised if you do start to get these symptoms, as well, because we're shifting. We're moving in consciousness, which means our reality then moves. But what I've been shown since then is I'm actually activating now crystalline grid lines. So just I see them come in, and where they I don't need to know where they go, but I know it's the multiverse. I know it's not just this. And it's just been amazing. It's like, oh, there it is. Activate, activate, activate. So yeah, so like that's come through, and that's what I'm actually playing with and working with at the moment. So as we raise, as our frequency expands and becomes higher and higher, we can have all these weird things start to happen, but they become very normal very quickly as to how we're
Mm-hmm.
working with that frequency and crystalline energy. And we're becoming more crystalline, remember, too. Our bones, everything, more crystalline frequency. So we're going to be matching that. So start exploring and start playing.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Excellent. So, Joyce had a great question. How do we remember dream time? I think you have to put an intention, first of all.
Yeah, definitely. And it's a little bit of training, I ever since I was a child, I've remembered my dreams, and I used to get so excited about going to sleep to dream. Then I've gone through phases for a few months when I'm going through big shifts that I actually don't remember them. And in those times, I really feel I'm gone. I'm actually off doing something, and I don't need to remember them. But to remember them, as we've talked about before, and I think Elisa said this as well, keep a little notebook and a pencil or pen under your pillow or in your bed or next to your bed. And just even writing down one or two words can often trigger the whole dream back through.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and how I do it is if it was a movie, what would I call it? So I sort of put it into a context where my mind can remember it. What
Mm.
colors are really vivid in it, because that's important as well. What numbers, what's people, how are they related to you? Also, how did I feel? How did the dream make me feel? And yeah, so that's how I work with a dream when I'm trying to work out what's going on. So, but yeah, you're right, Elisa, it's intention. So before you go to sleep, go, oh, I'm choosing to remember my dream, and
Yeah.
to work through what help it might give me or support it might give me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
What else
absolutely.
do you do, Elisa?
To remember my dreams, I just put the intention that if I'm supposed to remember, that I remember the dream,
Yeah.
and I'm going to say it works like 90% of the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
and sometimes it might not happen that night, but then the next night it will come through.
What
So
I'm noticing is that what I'm now, right now, what I'm seeing is me, Elisa, but in all the different timelines that were available to me.
wow.
So yeah, so like Elisa, but instead of marrying my ex-husband, I'm his best friend, or like just little tiny little variations of the current lifetime. So the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once is very much like that, where I'm just seeing all the current parallel, like, timelines or realities or something. I don't know how to explain it.
No, I think you explain it really well. And it's funny because I can't remember if I've watched that movie or not. And yet it's come up about 4 times through different sources over the last few days. So I think I might be meant to watch that one again. So, yeah. So
Yeah,
it's,
yeah. Yeah, I think I need to do it. I need to watch it again, because when I watched it, I came out like, oh, I didn't like that movie too much, like too involved, too much. But maybe if I watch it again,
yeah, you might be ready for it now. So, this is what
yeah,
happens is we can get
yeah,
more prepared to be able to accept things. So,
yeah.
yeah, no,
And
it's the,
Trigel has a great question about, like, when we awaken suddenly with a taste or smell in our mouth, for example, have we actually visited another life of ours that it's happening at the same time?
so
I would say
yeah,
yes. I don't know
yeah,
if the cards do you think the cards have anything to tell us about that
we can
specific?
have a
Because it's
look.
more of like a yes no question, so we could ask something with that.
Yeah, but I do have a friend, my dream buddy. Now she's exceptional at actually visiting other timelines, visiting other places. Like she'll be dreaming she's in a mall somewhere, like big shopping mall, and there's no one else there but like 2 security guards. She said they'd come up to her and go, "What are you doing here? You're not meant to be here." She's going, "I'm just visiting," and they went, "No one should be here. How did you get here?" Like, so yeah, I do really believe that we actually can go to different places and experience things. I mean, I've experienced smells, I've experienced like touching things. Absolutely, Tribal. I
Yeah,
think,
I
yeah,
definitely think that if you're waking up with mint in the mouth, you
yeah,
definitely are visiting another, for sure,
yes.
another current lifetime.
And you've brought that frequency or whatever back with you
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
experiencing it. So let's just see what the cards say to that.
Yeah,
I love these questions. These are really cool.
they're wonderful.
Oh, yes. Look at that. Our 10 of Pentacles. That means we lots and lots and lots of places we can visit and bring back, because the pentacle, remember, is a reality or something tangible. We can bring that back with us. So, yeah, that's definitely the star. Yeah, the traveler. So definitely. And we can also bring back through emotions, because that water is always sort of saying we can go somewhere, bring back an emotion from that as well. And we can do a lot of healing through our dreams too. 7 of Pentacles. So something we've planted, seeds we've planted, or things that we've had going on in other lifetimes. Sometimes we have to wait for that to be ready, but when it's the right time, we can go back through and definitely visit them. Oh, got the Tower card. So to me, I was asking, so why would we do this? Why would this happen? Because it can change things up in our dreams. Even it's saying that we can change up realities. We can bring back energies that we've, or gifts or things that we've had in other lifetimes. We can do that. That's how powerful we are, and that's how powerful our light body is, which is what we're traveling with usually when we go to visit these
Yeah.
places. Great question.
Yeah, that is a great question. That is
So
awesome.
yeah,
Okay, excellent. So let's see. I think the next question was from Lisa. She wanted to check on the chemtrails
sure.
and what's happening, and are we being poisoned?
Yeah.
Have we asked this question before?
Not recently, and I'm really
Okay.
glad Lisa's brought this up, because my friend and I were having this discussion just the other day, and like she's quite awake, but she said, I only just noticed chemtrails like about 3 or 4 weeks or 6 weeks ago, and I went, you what? I said, we've been talking about this for years. And she went, I've just never seen them. And she said, all of a sudden I started seeing them. But what
Wow.
I've noticed is that I used to get these little skin like irritations before. I'm not getting them anymore, and yet I'm still seeing different trails in the sky.
Yeah.
My feeling is that they've shifted, they've changed. They're not the damaging, maybe toxic ones that we're sort of used to having had. But let's check with the cards.
I think it
So
depends on the place.
yeah. Oh, true. But here, I mean, we used to get smashed continuously,
Mhm,
and it's
mhm.
not happening nearly as much. And like I said, I'm just feeling energetically. I don't feel like I need to get the undines or the sylphs out to actually help to, release to clean it up anymore. So something's
Mhm.
definitely shifted. Let's just see. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. So there's definitely been a change or a contemplation of change within our reality around these chemtrails. So
Okay.
she's someone that does contemplate. So it's been looked at. Knight of Pentacles. Look at these pentacles. And this is a messenger bringing through, to me, it's always a positive, good message coming through about reality or something that's been going on. King of Pentacles, guys, you can't get much better than this. So this is someone that's a master of creating, very, very wise, very smart. So I feel there's been a really big shift. Look at that. We've got our Knight, our Queen, and our King of Pentacles.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, there's definitely been a shift and a change.
Okay.
So yeah, and it's away from that. Mm-hmm. Like, so it's like that's now that's not the forefront like it used to be. This is
Yeah.
taken over. And I'm
Mm.
really glad we got those cards because it really confirms, just even psychically what I was getting.
Yeah, absolutely. So the question then, are we being poisoned? It sounds like we're no longer being poisoned.
No, I'm still waiting, like, because in Australia we're the most fluoridated water in the world. That they put the stuff they put in on. I'm wondering when that will change as well. So
Yeah.
but
That's a good
yes.
question. Can we ask if they're
Mm.
still putting fluoride in the water in Australia and then in the US?
Yeah, sure. Let's just have a look at it because that's been popping into my mind, and I know when that happens and there's something going on.
Yeah,
Yeah, it still is.
it
It
still is.
still
Okay.
is. Yes, I feel that's something judgment. I feel that when these changes happen, that's something that will get changed instantly. Because I've actually even rung and spoken to our council and gone, why are they still doing this? Why are they still using Roundup? Why are they, because they use Roundup all around the parks, waterways. And they said, oh, it's because it's a state recommendation, like the state government recommendation, but it hasn't been reviewed for 6 years. They know if they review it, it won't happen. High
Right.
Priestess, because there's a lot that's hidden. They're keeping it hidden. So no,
Wow.
that's still going on. But we can
That's
bless our
sad.
water. And it was interesting because the other thing that came up with this beautiful gridding we did was as our frequency is such a high point, we can just have an intention in prayer and we can change. The frequency can rise above those lower toxic things. So even if you're drinking water from a tap, I now know just your intention, your frequency, your words you say to it actually can raise it so you don't get affected by the toxins.
Yeah, absolutely. And also
Mm,
you can raise the pH level as well of the water.
yeah.
You definitely can do a lot to the water
And your
by
food.
just by intention.
Yeah. So that's something I do all the time now is just bless even for the earth. I actually am blessing all the food and water on the earth because that's how powerful we are. And if everyone did it together, oh my gosh, you could just like lift that vibration. So people that even aren't aware, they would
Yeah.
still receive the blessing.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Can you ask if they're putting it here in the US? If they're
Sure.
still putting the
Yeah.
fluoride? I mean, if
Yeah. In the water. Let's have a
yeah.
look and see. I mean, obviously some places they don't have it, just that's they've never had it, but some places would. So let's just see the places where they've been using it in the past. Yeah, and there's a lot of people that are more worried about this because that beautiful Nine of Swords has come up, which is worry, but we actually don't need to.
Yeah.
It is changing in the US because you've got the Six of Swords, which means you're moving from one place, and look, it's over water. So something better. There already looks like they're starting to instigate
Yeah, because
something that's better.
I had heard that they were stopping. doing that.
Small steps, Page of Wands. So it's happening in increments. So there you go. So look at, and I feel the US is always going to be that one step ahead, like the leaders of what's changing as well. So, I mean, I'd love to know if in places like Russia they even use it, if they even put it in their water, because it's like
Yeah,
they
probably don't.
They probably don't. Yeah. So.
Yeah, for sure.
No.
Okay, Maple Tree, this is a good question. Sorry, I missed it back when we were talking about dreams, but can we ask if dreams are doors to the multiverse?
Love it. Great question.
Yep. I like it.
So I'm actually, Jasper wants to talk, so I'm just going to bring him through first.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So, and it's straight away, yes, capital letters. Oh, he said, because we're unlimited beings, we're unlimited when we're in that state. We can go anywhere and be anywhere and do anything. And he said it just takes focus. So when we become more and more apt at working with our light body, our Merkaba, then it's just the focus of where it is we want to be and what we want to explore and what our role is. He's actually adding that in, whatever our role is as a soul, then that also has something to do with it as well. But yeah, they definitely are. He's going, yes. So I'll check with the cards. We'll see what happens. But yeah, he wanted to have a chat.
No, thank you, Jazzy, for coming in. We love it when you give us your insight.
I know. Oh, and after this, can I talk to you about something else as well that he's shown me in the past that I didn't understand?
Oh, yes.
Good. Okay, let's just tune in for the dreams and the multiverse. Yeah, you want to come out. Yeah, look at that. We've got our Two of Wands looking out over the world. So it's staying balanced as we're doing that traveling. Okay, that's an action card. Six of Wands, that's a victory card. So as long as we're balanced, like I said, and when we're more apt and able to work with our light body, definitely, yeah, this is definitely a King of Swords. So that's the master of storytelling, our minds. What else is coming up with him? Yeah, again, focus and being using our light body within our ability. All absolute yeses and confirmations.
Okay, very good. Thank you for the question, Maple Tree.
Yeah. So, and it was interesting. Now, I remember ages ago we asked the question about the Earth being flat and round, and I was always in a quandary with it. I was going, some of it is and some of it isn't. And the other day, someone else actually had drawn something, and I went, "Oh my God, that's exactly what Jasper showed me." So with the Earth, so it looks like it could be flat, but it went up. It was almost like it went into like a weird sort of shape. But then it was round as well, and I couldn't understand this. But that's the energy, that's the actual vortex. What do they call that spinning energy around us? It goes. Oh, I'll think of the word in a minute.
Toroidal.
Yes, toroidal force. So that actually has its own physicality within that toroidal force. And what he was trying to show me was before the ice walls. That's why it went like that. So it was, and I got it finally. I mean, that's taken me ages because I was trying to work it out. And now that's sitting so much better with me, is that it can appear round, but we're sort of still on this sort of living physically on this flatter surface of this round aspect. So I went, thank God, because that was bothering me.
Yeah. So was it the honey golden?
Yep, it clicked.
Where she drew the picture?
Yep. I went, that's what he showed me, and I wasn't getting it. So that, so that's why it's sometimes hard to put his pictures into words when I don't understand exactly what it is he's trying to show me.
Yeah.
Oh, tell you, it was just like, that's it. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, that's good confirmation for Honey's information as well.
Yeah.
So I wanted to address this question. How do we deal with injustice going on? Evil get away scot-free and innocent is punished. How do we deal with watching this happening everywhere? Is there an end in sight? So Lady Hawk, we are in a planet of duality, and we are here to deal with duality and to understand that the evil, again, that movie, everything everywhere, and all at once. we're good, we're bad. If you look at that, you'll see like they show that she's good in one of the scenes, but then she's bad in another, and then she's good in another, and then in another she's a rock. And so it's almost having to come to grips that what you're seeing is just another way for us to accept that good and bad are both good. that you got to have duality in order to grow. You can't. How can you save the homeless if the homeless don't exist? How can you how can you help the children if the children aren't being abused? You can't. Like that, it has to exist. There has to be evil. Now, how do we deal with the injustice going on? Again, we have to understand that these are people that's what they chose to experience in this lifetime. Or also karma, they can be paying karma. They can choose that as a life contract, or it's just a simulation. It's not even real. It's just a simulation creating that for you so that you have an experience, so that you feel injustice. You won't know what injustice feels like unless you see it. And in order for you to come feel it, you have to see it. It has to exist in order for you to get your lesson. So that's pretty much like what it could be. It could be one of those three things. And so when I look at it and I say, okay, if it's any of those things, I'm going to honor that path. I'm going to honor whatever that person chose, or the fact that the simulation decided to show that to that person for a reason. So I don't know, Maree, if there's anything else you want to add.
You answered that perfectly, because I was pulling cards as you were answering it. And our first card up is Temperance. So this is, to me, a higher power, a soul journey, whatever it is that we've decided from a higher perspective. And it can mean patience, and it can be change. Then the next thing that came up was Wheel of Fortune. So we're constantly going on this Wheel of Fortune, having different experiences from different perspectives. And whenever our time, it's our time to be focused on one particular experience, that's where we're at. So, and it's so easy to judge. Look, if something's happening right in front of me, I won't condone it. If it's not good, I will actually go, no, this is not right. There needs to be something shifted and changed here. Whereas if it's something that's not in my field of ability to change, I've come to a place where I will actually not judge it. I'll just say it's perfect. It's actually offered up this whole scenario for my soul, for my being to go through this experience. So, and then the Queen of Swords came up. So she's someone that actually is very direct, will tell it how it is, not quite the king. And then the Nine of Cups. So it's whatever we've desired, whatever we've chosen to come into experience. And this is like a play field. This is like a, it's endless possibilities of whatever it is that we've chosen to experience. So without that evil and good, you don't get to experience it. I mean, it was fascinating. I love watching the shows where people have had near-death experiences. And one I was watching the other day, she was saying she knew she'd been in this accident, and she was up, she said, from a very high perspective, in a high frequency. She was talking with people around her and her guides, and she said they were having fun deciding what injuries she'd have. So they would be, she said, so they'd try by putting like fragments into a brain, and they'd all be rolling around laughing, going, imagine that, imagine this is what you'd have to go through. So this is our higher self that created us actually sees it from such a high perspective that there's no judgment. So she said they finally decided on what injuries she would have that would help her to experience what it was for her to take her into her role in life. So it depends how we look at it. It's always perspective.
It is always perspective. And that kind of, I feel like it also answers Adrienne's question here of why does the universe bless women with children that can't take care of a baby or don't want children, like homeless or drug addicts, but women that try for years can never have their own. And again, it's not the universe. Basically, it's not necessarily the universe. It is the lessons that each person decided to have. It is the experience they wanted to have. So it's I feel like what we just said also answers this question. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
What,
it does. And each soul has its own. Here we go. Look at that. This card just fell out as I was shuffling. Each soul creates its own experience. Our beautiful Empress card is someone that it creates through the divine. She's the birth, she's the mother. So we all birth our own souls literally through here onto earth and what it is we want to experience here. So that, yeah, I really feel that does cover it. Sometimes it's really hard to get our head around this when we're emotionally involved, and that's what makes us human, is our emotions, so it's awesome because it allows us to try and have a different perspective, to
yeah,
change it up, which then increases our whole consciousness and expands us.
yeah,
So they're really good questions, guys. These are great, and these are ones that are really worth sitting with and contemplating with and seeing how you feel about it, seeing and if there's a block somewhere in there. And this is when we can do some really good deep work.
yes, absolutely, absolutely. And so many things come to mind, for me to answer this question, like the drug addict woman that had kids. Okay, well, that's probably, it could be like that child wanted to have a drug addicted mother so that she could learn how to love or could forgive or have compassion, or I could go on and on and on. So it's all about, again, what experience each one of these beings or souls wanted to have. And then that's, that's how it happens. So if you're going through something where you want to have children and you're not able to have children, it could be, once again, you chose that as your lifetime experience. You might not be ready. It might not be time. The baby that's waiting for you is not ready up there yet. I mean, it could be, it could be a million things, right? But just know and trust that everything in this simulation is done for your growth, and that you are in charge. Believe it or not, the higher self is what's driving this movie. And
Yeah.
it knows exactly what you need, when you need it. And it shows you in the simulation what you need to see to trigger you, to trigger a specific emotion. So trust that. Go with the emotion, feel the emotion, because that's probably why you keep seeing things that you don't like seeing.
Yeah.
you know?
I know, and it's so true. And so Adrienne, I've just noticed your comment in there. I don't usually notice things, but you said you had the IVF and you got pregnant. The lead up to that, the whole experience that you had to go through to get to that, would have been something probably that you haven't been able to experience in other lifetimes. But with the technology we have now, with everything in this lifetime, and how much more precious was that beautiful child for
Yep.
you because of what you had to go through, and how much more faith did you have having to go through that. So because I've got friends that have gone through that as well, and they say it's just, you have to have faith at the end of the day. Also to remember that the souls that are coming through these beautiful children, they're already templated with fifth dimension within them. So the mother has to have a high enough
Yep.
frequency to be able to hold them. I've done healing sessions with people, and within 4 to 6 weeks, they're pregnant because they just had to shift something out of them to actually be able to hold that frequency of that soul. So
Yes.
maybe for you, it was actually getting to a place where your frequency was at
High
the
enough.
right point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's why the Four of Pentacles has come up. We have to create the right foundation that is then able to bring through that frequency of a soul. So
Yeah.
they're beautiful questions. And it's like, well, why can't I get pregnant and this person can? And so maybe someone that can't have their own child, they end up adopting the baby of the person that was drug addicted. We don't know what that soul contract was.
Right.
So I'm getting goosebumps. Yeah, this is how it works. And it can play out in just the most random ways that we think are random. But
Yes.
they're just amazing.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. The next question is interesting. They're
Ooh,
galactic prisons and law of judgment.
okay, maple tree's on fire today. So
Interesting. I would
yeah,
think if they're fifth dimensional, there isn't because it's all love, but who knows?
well, I guess
I
I
don't
mean
want to assume.
no, I guess there is like a universal or multiverse law, of depending on what frequency and level we're at as to what we attract and what happens.
Hmm.
So let's just see if there's, I guess we have to ask with what we understand as prisons and law of judgment. I mean, I actually disagree entirely with our prison system that we have
Yeah.
on this earth, and I have since I was a child. I saw it for what it was, and I went, "This is
Yes.
wrong."
It is
Um,
wrong.
so, but again, that's their experience. So here's me judging something that might be perfect for someone. Um,
Exactly. True.
it's so
True. There's
hard, isn't
nothing
it?
again that it's the duality.
I
We're
know.
we are here to accept the duality of it, that every experience is perfect for that person.
Yeah,
Period.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay, so this is interesting. So the first card up we got was our Ten of Swords, which means something's finished, something's been completed. So, and then the Three of Cups, which is a celebration. So to me, I'm getting that this is, this is within each realm. It depends on the person. Some people might come, well, the beings come into their own sense of knowing what's happened and what they've done, and they go, "Oh, okay, I get it. I can wipe that clean now." So it works in a different way almost. It's like it's working on a different level. Yeah, King of Pentacles. It's like once you're when you're in a different realm, higher frequency, the King of Pentacles to me is the self master. So it's almost like there's more self mastery around that. So it depends. Yeah, if we're talking about other realms that have got a more expanded, higher frequency, beings are more self mastered around that. They can see what's going on and clear it, know it, and then move. That's just what I'm getting. If you're
Mhm.
talking about, the wars that are going, the galactic wars, all that sort of thing, then yeah, there would be definitely some form of oh, look at that, that's sitting right in the bottom. There would be some form of what's the word, allowance. I feel that it's also allowing those beings to come into a higher expanded consciousness if they choose to. Otherwise, maybe their soul will get sent somewhere where they'll go through that processing. So that's just what was coming to me when the cards were flipping out. So I
Yeah.
hope that helps. What do
Yeah.
you think,
Very good.
Elisa?
Um, I feel like if you are in the fifth dimension, and maybe there are galactics that are not,
Yep,
that they're
exactly.
fourth dimensional, fifth dimensional. So, but I would say it's going to depend on the dimension that they're in, right? So maybe fourth dimension, but fifth, no way. I just don't see a fifth
Yep.
dimensional being. There is no need for prison because they see
No.
that we're all one and they love each other unconditionally. So there's nobody's going to hurt each other. They're not going to, you
Yeah.
know, yeah. So,
And that's why I think the king came up, because it's a self-mastery. It's
mhm.
that, yeah. So it's our we at that level, you'd understand you create your own reality. You are
Yeah,
the master creator. So it's a whole different play field.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. So I want to address Kat's comment. It's not a question. So there's really no freedom because you're not by yourself. Your existence depends on the people around you and you just play your role. How can you stop the rat race then? Okay, so the people that are, sorry, I have cat hair on my mouth. Uh, the people that
And
are,
it's Pat's question. That's funny.
yeah. So the people that are around you, that your existence does not depend on the people around you. You are projecting those people into your reality. You are the creator of your reality. And so, do we have freedom? Well, to pick what clothes you wear and what car you want and what house you want. But really, your higher self already knows the lessons you chose to learn. And so, your higher self is going to make sure that you go through this video game and you do what you were supposed to do. So you kind of don't have like necessarily pure freedom, because yes, the video game is set up, you already agreed to a contract and you already agreed to do certain things, but the existence is not dependent on other people. It's actually dependent on you and your beliefs. And if your belief is that you're depending on people around you, that's not a good reality to create, right? You don't want to believe that your reality is based on other people. You want to create a reality based on the fact that you are the creator of what happens to you around you. So for example, you can go through life and you could say, when you are going through life in the, let's say in the 3D, or the vibrational frequency of a 3D is a completely different life that if you go through life in a 5D frequency. And that's completely dependent on you, completely and absolutely dependent on you. So it is your responsibility to understand that it's you who drives what type of people are in your reality. Because I'm in the 5D reality, I don't see the people in my reality aren't causing issues for me, or aren't, you know what I'm saying? Like, am I explaining myself?
Yeah, no, it's true. And it's more of, if we're reacting to external stimulus and triggers and situations, then it's a reaction. When we're responding, it's very different. And that then helps us to grow. So for me, it's about my connection in to my divine wisdom, because you'll get little cues and clues. And so when you follow that, rather than reacting, we're responding. And that's then what changes our external field around us. So it's through our own frequency, it's through our own energetic electromagnetic grid. That's what then attracts or whatever. So yeah, and yes, of course, we'd have some certain key points in our life that we'd need to do, that we've agreed to. However, how we get there is completely up to us.
Yeah, absolutely. So take your power back, Kat. Take your power back. Be the creator.
Look at this card, Kat, that came up, and it's the strength card, and it's a lion. So it's the cat family. So it's have your own strength within you. And really, to me, it's all about knowing that connection into our source, to source. It's truly about that. So that's your card, because that's the second time it came up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful.
It's, you choose whether you make it to the end line with a Rolls Royce, or you make it to the end line in a chicken bus, with smelly people. Like, it's your choice, but I've chosen to go with the Rolls Royce, and I've chosen to go the happy route, right? But you make that choice. It is up to you. And then based on where you choose to connect, then that's when the people around you then will be like.
And the other card that came up that's actually showing is our Eight of Wands. Now, this has been something that can change very quickly with just some small actions we take. So just even being grateful, if you, instead of thinking, oh God, I haven't got this, I haven't got that, instead of saying, oh, I'm so grateful, I've got a really comfortable bed I sleep in. Even if you don't feel like you've got too much supporting you, the more you're grateful for what you do have, the more quickly things will change and come to you. And that's when it tests us. That's when it really tests us, is when we've been pushed.
Yes, and we have so much to be thankful for. I mean, and we don't realize it until it's taken away. I used to have urinary tract infections left and right, and now I thank my body. Oh my God, thank you. I went to the bathroom without pain.
Yeah.
How many of us go to the bathroom without pain and we take it for granted?
Yeah. Yeah. It's so true.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the simple things. The simple things can really make a difference.
Yeah.
So yeah, Kat, hang in there. Trust me, if you look at things different, it just change how you see. You got to change first. You got to change what you want to see. So you have to see it here first before it becomes real and true in your reality. There's a movie called Supernatural. I don't remember the rest, and it's free on YouTube. If you watch it, it shows you how first you create the reality inside, and it shows you like scientifically. First you create the reality inside, and then the outside starts reflecting it. It's amazing, amazing movie.
Yeah.
It's called Superhuman.
Yeah.
So
It's
yeah,
yeah, it is. And when we're manifesting it, it's practice, right? It's just practicing. And it's I always, you have to feel it too. So you have this image or whatever, and then you just feel it. And then you let it go, because that's when the magic's happening. And then
yeah,
it comes to you often when you least expect it.
yeah. No, absolutely.
It's like the synchronicity. I think Wolf Love was talking about synchronicity is strong these days. And it is. If you're in the flow, man, bang, 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 and you go, whoa, look at all that just happened. And so when
It's
you're in the
magic. I
flow,
tell you guys, living
magic.
in 5D is freaking magic. It's magic. Magic. It's magic. You manifest at 5-10 minutes. Um, and if not, you manifest a good, day at most. Like, it's just, things are magic.
King of Swords, we are the creator of our own reality. Master. We are masters.
We are.
So
We are. So start acting like it.
so and it's just practice, practice, practice. So don't be hard on ourselves if something's, if something's not going how we thought it would or whatever. Just go, okay, let's just have a different perspective today.
Well, the key too with manifesting is not looking for the outcome. Like, you literally don't have to give a crap about something. And it becomes, why is it that stuff that we don't care about become like, you can manifest it like that, right? And stuff that you're like, oh please, oh please. No, it never comes, because the universe is that way. I don't know how to explain it other than it doesn't like it when you knuckle, or
Hold
what is it,
on.
white knuckle it, white
Yeah.
knuckle it. You're like hanging on, hanging on, hanging on.
You just got to let go and let God.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
yeah.
Trust.
And then be
Trust.
open to receiving. Oh my God, we've got the most beautiful cards coming up here as we're talking about this. We've got the Strength card again. Remember how powerful we are and be connected. And then we've got the Sun card. So this is bringing you joy, and that's what life's about to me. It's about, where's the joy? Where's my joy? And looking for that joy, following the joy. Even if it's something as simple as in winter, you put your flannelette sheets on for the first time and you go, oh, this is magnificent. To me, it's those simple things that actually bring me joy.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. So Maple True is asking, is 5D more like a physical density? I think that it's in. You can correct me, Maree.
Can you pop the question up? I sort
Yeah,
of missed that.
it's
Sorry.
hold on. So is 5D more like a physical density? And I believe that 5D, most 5D beings are physical. But once you go past 5D, I believe is when you become light, more like the light beings. Do you know if there's light beings that are in 5D?
Well, so my understanding is that beings can move through the different realms. They can, even if they need to, come back and be in a 3D
Mm-hmm.
once they've mastered all levels. It's like we can move through our chakra system once we've mastered the lower chakras. We can actually still come back into them, but it's different because your perspective is different.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel you're right. I feel in 5D, yes, there's definitely physical way of being. Beyond that, then it starts to really get into such fine high vibration that they often don't need a physical body, or it's much lighter, and like 7D, 9D, 11D, whatever, just
Mm-hmm.
changes everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So, Trixie, what is that history question? I remember seeing it now, and now I lost it. Hold on. There's a question. Here we go. History question. There's a town in Pennsylvania called Centralia, which was burning underground. Was this purposefully, nefariously done, and any relationship to Paradise, California? Okay.
oh wow.
Centralia. There's a town in
Centralia.
Pennsylvania called Centralia, which was burning underground. Was this purposely, nefariously done? Okay, so first let's ask that.
So is there definitely a town where it's burning underground? Is this something that, Trixie, I'd be really interested to know if you've seen it or if you've just heard about it. So let's just see if that's truth, if there actually is a
Yeah.
town or a city that's burning underground. Yeah, it has been spoken about a lot by the
Mm.
looks. Very secretive. Yes, there's definitely some mystery going on in that place.
Okay.
It looks like there was some sort of change, whether it was, let me just tune into this tower. Yeah, I feel there was something going on physically underneath. So I'm going to ask now if there were tunnels and things that were actually made underneath, or if it was natural, if there was like formations that had, cracks or, I guess weak points, weak sort of aspects to it. Let's just see if they were man-made or made by something. Oh, interesting, because we've got our Knight of Wands, and to me, this is someone that's always it's bringing a message about some action that's been taken, and it's not always positive. Then we've got our Five of Cups, so it looks like something didn't work because there's some grief there, and there was some stuff that actually it didn't go well as to what they wanted. But it looks like it's been fixed because we've got our Six of Wands. So this is a victory card. So yeah, there was something that was there that wasn't didn't end up how it was supposedly wanted. Yeah, Nine of Cups. So this is desire, whatever. So the want, the desire. It looks like it was a combination of man-made and something that was there naturally, and it just didn't work.
Oh, really? Naturally.
Got the Tower card again. This doesn't come up very often. So there was definitely something that went down there that was not expected. And I'm seeing the Earth's really standing out here, that base. So I feel that maybe some sort of disaster happened because of the fault lines or whatever it was on, or there was something underneath.
So you don't think it was purposefully done?
Not the burning side of it. I feel, yeah, it was there was definitely some sort of man, or being, involvement, but it just didn't hold, whatever it was. So whether it was nefarious or good, that the beings or it was the man-made aspect. Let me just tune into that.
Yeah.
Nefarious or good. Okay. It actually looks like it wasn't done for nefarious reasons. Yeah, because we've got really positive cards. We've got the Chariot card. So it was helping to shift something. It was helping to change something in a balance, finding in a balanced way, because that Chariot card is what it tells me there. And then the Fool. So it was creating something new that was unknown. So it was going into a new aspect. And the Knight of Pentacles. So that's bringing a message to me that says it was positive. So there was something, whether it was beings that had built something from before that was underground that was actually not nefarious, but nature or whatever has taken over, and actually, yeah, nature has taken over, and something's happened to create so it's been like destroyed because that Ace of Wands has come up.
Interesting.
So, yeah, it is interesting because that was sort of all just coming through as we were looking at the cards then.
And then their question was if it had any relationship to Paradise, California.
What's Paradise, California?
It's another city.
Okay. Is it not far from Pennsylvania? I don't know the landmarks there.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay,
well,
let's just see if we get a
Pennsylvania
yes or
is
no.
on the East Coast, and California is on all the way on the West Coast.
Okay, so let's just see. All right, just going to tune in and see, is there any relationship from that to the California aspect? No, I don't think. No, I don't think so. So we've got our Two of Pentacles. So to me, this is it's questionable. Okay, and then the Nine of Wands. So I don't feel that they were linked, because that's like a real struggle. Things have been going on. No, again, it's like a soft no. The Page of Swords. So the head's turned. It's not quite the truth. No, so no, I don't think so, Trixie Tot.
Okay.
From the origins of it, no.
All right. So Trixie had a good idea to do a short meditation at the end to remove toxin.
Sorry.
Wow.
Don't get that very often here. Wow, isn't that interesting? Look at the question and look at that noise that went through.
Yeah.
So yeah, Trixie Todd, I was just saying to Elisa before we started, it'd be nice to actually just run some energy for everyone and actually activate more of our light body, activate more of our crystalline body. And like even noise can be toxic, right? So it's
To
like
me, it is.
clearing our etheric. That's what it was telling us at that very moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and we haven't done a reading yet either.
No, we haven't. Because remember in the beginning, nobody was here.
That's right. Yeah. We
Yeah.
had to wait for. Yeah, that's true. God. Feels like years ago now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Ah.
All right. So do you want to go ahead and do the meditation?
Yeah, should we do the meditation first? Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Okay, I'm going to bring Jazzy in on this one as well. So, all right. So we're just going to start as usual. If everyone can just take a breath in, and as you breathe out, just let yourself drop into your body because we're constantly out there. So just bring it back in. Another breath in. And this time, as you breathe out, just take your awareness into that beautiful big heart space. So just imagine your heart chakra opening and allow the light to come through from the center of your heart. This beautiful, vibrant white light that actually clears any pain, any debris. And this white light then moves through your whole body, pulsating, clearing, till every cell is vibrating with this beautiful, vibrant white light. And now we connect in through our feet. Just below our feet is our Earth Star chakra. Connect into the crystalline core of the earth. Just have that intention and allow the beautiful energy to come up through into your chakra system. Feel the frequency coming up from the earth. Again, clearing your whole energy field, releasing any hooks or cords or ties or any toxins, anything that does not serve your highest will and good. Any little entities or energy beings that you just don't need, we now send them to the light with pure love. They are free to be released. And now, through our crown chakra, allow the cosmic force of light, our true source, to come through. And as it pours in through the crown, the top of the head, it brings with it life force, energy, love. Allow this beautiful source to run straight through you and expand out into your energy field until Earth's energy, cosmic energy, and your heart are all merging, creating balance, peace, clarity, and love. And now, as we connect into this divine wisdom, our higher self, our God self, we activate our crystalline body. This again, in turn, releases anything that is negative or toxic to us, bringing through more light, more frequency, raising and expanding our vibration. Any pain that we've held in our physical body is now released through the heart chakra. See, sense, or feel the light body being activated. And as you sit in this place of peace, of knowing, ask for your beautiful divine presence to be with you, to guide you, and to love you throughout the day, throughout the night. And then when you're ready, you can gently begin to anchor yourself back into that Earth Star chakra 6 inches below your feet. Slowly bringing back and holding that sense of peace and balance with your activated light body and your crystalline physical body. Gently opening your eyes, coming back into the here and now. So I was actually running energy for everyone. So even if you're watching this video afterwards, you will get that energy. You will receive that activation. So yeah, hopefully that brings through a little bit more peace and clarity.
Yes, wonderful. That was beautiful. Thank you, Maree. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for your questions. You saved me. I didn't really have much, so I am super grateful that you brought your questions. Bring them for on Thursday. Yeah. And again, grateful for all of you. Keep your vibrations high, and just know and watch the movie from afar. Just be the observer. Maree?
Totally. Yeah, exactly. And Jasper's just showing that there's more of this blue light coming through. He's just shown me that. So just be open to receive, and it's okay if you keep clearing through with just different symptoms, just taking you into different aspects of your experience. So yeah.
Wow. Wonderful. Thank you, Jazzy. Thank you, Maree.
Okay,
Love
we'll
you
see you all
guys.
soon.
All
Bye.
right. Bye-bye.